in my Dragon Quest Builders base. First of all, I'm gonna go actually, but here's my crazy base to not be, confused with being crazy. Let's see. I think I can still get out this way right now. Okay. So, as you can see, my base is a full square. So, I will be doing an actual one-night stand, like Mike does. Mike does, usually like the first 10 minutes of the game and does an evaluation. I actually went through, this is almost to the first entire chapter of Dragon Quest Builders, and I'm definitely gonna go back and tell you more, some tips and tricks and things like that. But as you can see, I'm totally insane, and my base is a complete perfect square, like my OCD. Honestly, it drives me crazy that my rooms aren't the same sizes, but they don't need to be. So, see here on the bottom, that's actually where you start, inside that building that looks like square. You start down lower than that, and if you go forward, you can see that your base is not that far from it, but you do have to build. As you can see here, these are actually the iron spikes to keep out the enemies and the little stockade, plus these barriers, which you actually can't break with a regular hammer. All these poor little blue slimes are just jumping, unbeknownst to them, into my iron spikes, and that's why I'm getting so much blue goo and little seeds and everything. But of course, the enemies fight too. So this is me setting up. I learned a lot because I first started. I tried to build a moat, which did not work out well because if you have a moat, well, basically they attack underneath your base because they're so low that when they're breaking into the wall, it actually falls inside. So as you can see here, I actually have my evil idols still outside the main area. If you just saw on the left right there, that poor little thing just died. And the monsters are spawning by my base. Since I'm in the final part of the chapter, the monsters spawn while, as you can see over there, they're trying to spawn. They're dying because of the spikes. Let's see. If you see, so some more slimes have already fell. You see those little blue dots in the squares. Obviously a hammerhead or a brownie was here. So, as you can see, I actually built the hammerhead hothouse out here. It doesn't have the door just because I discovered that you can't break, like, you can have too many rooms. I didn't count how many rooms that was, but I had to break that room so I could still have rooms, so I could protect myself during the day, and I'll show you how I did that another time. This was an attempt at a garden, which was one of the challenges. I kind of went crazy and I deforested almost all my islands. More on that later. But basically those are little seedlings that I tried to grow. But I could not for reasons I will tell you in a bit. Excuse me, I am so sorry. I do need, I forgot that I need to do something. Anyway, but there is a point where you have a max amount of, actually I learned a max amount of chests as well, so, take out 8 of these. So, my organization is ridiculous too. Mike could tell you all about that when or Mikey, or the Lerms, whatever he's going by on this channel. My husband, is that easier? The other person on this channel. Okay. So, just want to finish. As you can see, I was using the guide, which you may or may not say is cheating, but, so you can hear the change in music. So this means I'm in the base, so this is where monsters will not spawn even, if you're not in a room. They won't spawn in this area, but they will spawn right out of it and walk right up to you and still attack you and kill you if they want to. Oops, I did not mean to place that there, but why am I talking to Canal? Okay, sorry. I get very confused on this, because I just have issues with this. One of the biggest things I have an issue with on this time, it looks like I can actually, oops, as you can see, I can't hit anything I'm aiming for. So I'm actually, using obsidian, which, I guess in the final battle, although it didn't actually describe what was going on in the final battle, but, oh, I gotta jump, sorry. But it said that, obsidian getting destroyed doesn't count against the block count, so I'm assuming in the final battle that there is some sort of, block count on, like, how many, blocks can be destroyed, and, that's just my assumption, but, I'm not 100% sure, but, there you have it. I'm just building the rest of this 2 block, so as you can see, the reason why I can't put certain, blocks down like this, is because I have those iron spikes there. So that those iron spikes will help us. Oh, no, stop. Just go back inside, dude. I just want to put my obsidian down. Oh, anyway. Well, I'll let him do that. But as you can see, I had 4 points of exit. So this one to the left right there where I am. And then I had that spot, and the spot in the front, in the center there, and a spot on the left. So, well, it was originally this spot right here. Right now it's the only door that exists out of the base, because I'm trying to, test something. And I just realized, I think I wanted to keep that open actually, because, I want them to be able to escape and fight with me, but this used to be a door, so that's why there's a ladder here. But I'm preparing for the final battle, so I blocked it off so that I can't go up and they can't get in. And as you can see, basically where the obsidian is, which is the darker block, if you've never played any kind of crafting game, mining game, basically it is 3 stacks high and, is covering a walkway. If you see, this is a little higher, and there was just a little walkway so that I can, like, view, see, you can see here, this was a walkway in the middle, and I could peer out, and I could actually jump down. Actually, you could see, I also put barricades there, and iron spikes where the other obsidian is there, but really just making it, like, super secure. But you see these iron spikes here, and the iron spikes on the ground, and I do have those outer walls that are about, if this is the outer base, and then I have that extra wall, it's about 7 or 8 spaces out, which I've learned is too far for attacking, the attacking skeletons and stuff like that. It's too far, and I will go back into the mess of Some of the knights landed on my walls. After I did the mode, I did walls, and they landed on my walls, and so then they were too high. So I went from being too low to being too high. As you can see in that wall there, there's that witch on the right-hand side there. She's trying to get around. All that does is really block her from getting directly at me, but she is not affected by the spikes like some of the other things as well. And like some of the knights and stuff, they have armor, so they're not hurt by this stuff at all. Anyway, so that's my other door, and I'll break it down later so that they can actually fight with me, which I may or may not record because I may be in an embarrassing mess. Oh, I guess I just didn't... Oh, no! Okay, that's why. I was wondering why the obsidian wasn't in these blocks, and it's because there's barricades, but... And as you can see in the west-facing wall over there also has spikes on it just because I've had enemies land on there now. And so now I don't have walls in between, because what happened is before I had a wall in between the two walls, the original wall of my base and the outside wall, and they just kind of hopped off of each wall, and like I said, it was too high, and so I was terrified that they were gonna just like fall into my base and kill us by just stepping on us, basically. So had to redo that one as well. There are a lot of different rooms, so you can see this botanical garden. You can see it's an automatic 1 HP recovery. Also here in the museum and the chill out room should have, sometimes it takes a while to decide. There you go, HP recovery. Graveyard has an HP recovery. Shared room does nothing. Here they build you pots, which also includes barrels, but right now only has pots in it. In the treasure room they build furniture. That's the little slimy that you become friends with in the game if you do a bonus. But making furniture for me here, and here's the barbecue bistro. So my hunger actually doesn't drop while I'm in the base, but I was outside of the base for a little while, so I do need to eat some food. I'm just hoarding food right now because I'm about to prepare for the final battle, so like you could tell, I'm like super OCD. So these are all the foods that like heal or give me more power, more defense, things like that. Here's an inn, which just, it gives the residents more HP, so when they're fighting. This room, the illumination room, makes my torches brighter. This is hilarious. Not the treasury, which, like I said, I had to make some of the rooms into just a bigger room and get rid of it so that I can have rooms outside of my base. But if you see here, this is the blueprint the game gives you for a watchtower. As you can see, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, basically 5 blocks shorter than my original base was, not including the obsidian, or maybe it's 4. But still, it was 4 blocks shorter than the obsidian, or than the original base that I built. So, like Mike said, people don't expect you to do that ridiculous amount. And then, so the monsters are appearing. So if I zoom out, you can see out there on the right. So I can climb up my watchtower and see them. No, just kidding. I can only see it if I go up here right now, since I blocked everything else off. So you just see them dying right now. It's kind of hilarious. But there you go. And there's a change in music from peaceful to high, like oboe. See, that's how big my base is I get fall damage from falling down. So that's just a very quick view of my, oh, this is the other one, the armory. It gives more powerful weapons for our residents. And then this is the Arboretum, which makes healing more effective. And let me break this just so I can have them get out and help me later. Like I said, super OCD, super baby, so like, this is like way overkill. Like, you don't need to have obsidian, a wall, another obsidian, and then another wall. But as you can see, I use the castle blocks for protecting all around because it's stronger than stone. So those castle blocks, but you can see that I have a stone layer inside. But I have learned that some of the knights can break through that, and so I should just have all castle blocks next time instead of castle and then stone. I think it just helps protect a little bit more. And that's pretty much it. Obviously, leave comments, questions. Yes, I am crazy. I hit max level 5, like, when I was only supposed to get, like, I automatically received rewards for level 3 and level 4, upgrading to those bases since I was already at level 5, with the rooms that I had, and, if you have all these different types of rooms, you don't even need the decorations to get the points, like, you put pots down and stuff like that, so you can actually see, I apologize if that caught anyone sick to watching me jump, but I have all of these decorations for points, and I just don't have them. And I made too many colossal coffers because I could make 2, but I could only use 1, and I think that's probably going to be the case with this Cantland shield too. What a name for a town. Cantland. Like, how to motivate them to not be good. Oh, you can't. You can't do it. You know. But anyway. Hope that this wasn't too much rambling. And I hope you enjoy. And, again, any comments, please. And we will answer them as soon as we can. Alright. Have a good one.